Boo. So, sitting on the floor of my room in a Walmart gas mask. So how was your weekend? To leave at like 12 and it's like 10:30. So, happy Halloween, maybe. It depends on when I get this video out. If you haven't clicked off by now, thank you. First story. I'm not even counting it as a story. It's like a mini story. I can't really say too much about it, because, like, then I'll friggin' dox myself. But basically, I live very close to, like, a crime. A very famous crime. I'm not gonna say what that is. Maybe I'll say more in the future when I don't live here, but I live very close to a place where there was a lot of bad shit going down. It's really weird to think about. These fucking murderers could have just wandered by where my house would be one day. It's really weird. Okay, so, like, story number 2. I cannot fucking read in this thing. Holy shit. So, second story. Let's set the scene. You know, it's the year, shit, when was that? I don't remember when it was. It's the year whenever that was. And, a family has gone for a, camping trip, I think? I don't know, someplace. Anyway, a family just spending time with their child goes into this small aquarium. Very young child, this one. This small, like, local aquarium. It's got some tanks. It's got, like, a giant fucking whale on the ceiling, I think. It was like a model. It was, like, smaller than that. They go into this aquarium, you know? And, there's a young employee there. This employee leads them over to a tank. Now, this tank had a fucking octopus contained behind its walls, and this young employee says to the little child, "Hey, little child, here's a step stool. You want to touch it?" And of course, said little child goes, "Yeah, I want to fucking touch it." And so said little child gets up on the step stool, puts her arm over the thing. So like, if this is the like top of it, fucking reaching in like that and touching this fucking octopus. Yeah, my child's touching an octopus. Woo, this won't go bad. And so child is touching the octopus, and the octopus decides to touch the child. In hindsight, that sounds really bad, but I promise it wasn't. Anyway, so it fucking hurt. My arm is like this, getting pulled down by this octopus trying to fucking drown me. The octopus eventually let go, but that's the story of how I got mauled by an octopus. Anyway, story number 2. This story is, spooky. Unsettling, if you will. So, my family went to the Grand Canyon a while back, because we went to Arizona, because we have, like, family down there and shit. So one of the places we went was the Grand Canyon, because what else do you do? And so my dad decided he was funny. So there's, like, a ledge here. How much time do I have left? I have 3 minutes. I'm gonna plug that in, hold on. Hey, yo, we back in business. And so my dad decided he was funny, and there was this ledge, right? And it was one of the areas where they don't have, like, a wall walling off. There's, like, a lower one. It was on that, like, top one, and I already been down there, so I knew there was a ledge. Because that ledge was, like, out of view where I was standing, so it just looked like there was only one ledge. My dad decides he's funny, and he's like, whoa, and pretends to fall into the canyon by letting you, like, jump backwards down onto that ledge, right? And I was like, oh, haha, very funny, not. He pretends to fall into the Grand Canyon. She pretends to fall into the canyon. We're like, haha, very funny. And we walk away and get in the car. A bit later, I went to the gift shop. I got a book. I'm gonna go grab it. Give me a sec. So I got this book called Death in Grand Canyon. I start reading it in the car, you know. And I open it. And, the first story that I read, it was in, like, the like, introduction to the book. The actual story was a little bit further on in the book. It's about a family who went to the Grand Canyon, and a dad and his teenage daughter. The story is how this dad thought he was funny and pretended to jump into the canyon from a higher point down to a lower ledge. And his daughter, rolling her eyes, she goes, "Yeah, so funny, Dad," and she walks away. Now you might say, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. It's the same thing that happened. And you might think, yeah, that just seems to be a thing that a dad would do, because dads are just kind of like that. But the reason that this story was in this book is because this dad, he slipped and he fell to his death. That was a little creepy to read after my dad just did that without the death part. That's a little bit spookier of a story. Alright, for example, consider the tragic aftermath caused by a father pulling a practical joke on his daughter as he pretended to fall backwards off the canyon rim down to a ledge hidden from her view. His momentum carried him beyond that ledge to a death plunge into the canyon, literally on page XI, on like the very bottom of XI and XII, aka like the actual first page. And it was the actual first story that I read as soon as I opened this book. Like, you know, it might have been less weird seeing that story later on and not the first thing that I see. Like, it still would have been really weird. But it might have, you know, maybe a little bit less if it wasn't so fresh in my mind. I might have even forgotten my dad even did that. Like, if it wasn't the first thing. It was the first fucking story. Anyway, that's the last story. I thought I had one more, but I don't. That's the end of my little chit-chat. I'm just gonna go. Subscribe, like, you know, all that good stuff. But, yeah, thanks for watching and stuff. I don't have an outro. Bye!